Hey everyone, it's Dave here from Band of Badgers. Good to have you back again. Hopefully this is you've seen some of our videos before for What's in the Box. If this is your first one, fantastic, thanks for joining. Remember to hit that subscribe button. Now, this is Quest of Yore. I would love to have said that Disney sent me this, but it didn't. I picked this up at my local game store. I bought this for my little boy's birthday. He's 7. And we've both really enjoyed the film. It's on the Disney Channel. It's called Onward by Pixar and Disney. It's a fantastic film. It's about a fantasy world, elves, dragons, that kind of thing. And basically, magic was replaced with science, electricity, and then fast forwards to today, and just like us, they now have cars and planes and live as we do. So sadly, the two brothers, one's Barley, one's Ian. The story is that they lost their dad. And on Ian, who's the younger of the two brothers, on his 18th birthday, his dad left them a present. It turns out it's a magic staff and one spell, a resurrection spell, to bring back their dad. They can only bring back their dad for one night. Now stuff happens, you know, it's a nice family adventure, and they end up going on their own quest in a modern world environment. It's a lovely film to go and see. Now, in case you don't recognise what this is, this actually wrapped like this. I say, so this is what you're looking for. It does say Onward. It's based on the film. Inside the film, Barley was a keen player, and Ian, when he was younger, it's called Quest of Yore, but it's basically D&D, Dungeons and Dragons. But so this is their game. And during the film, they bump into a table where Barley has his game already set up. He has his GM shield, he's got his minis, his maps, all the monsters, all the cards, all the dice, and all set out. And what Pixar and Disney have done is released this game. This is a hefty big box. In the UK, you can pick this up for around £50. Now, obviously with bank holiday sales, Christmas sales, that kind of thing, try and get a discount when you can. But for £50, I was really impressed with the quality of the stuff that you get inside this. This thing is chocked full of goodies. There's Barley, there's Ian. Lovable characters. If you haven't seen it, do check it out. Especially if you've got kids, go watch it with them. It's a lovely film, beautiful sentiment. And if you're a fan of D&D and you don't have kids, just because you watch D&D, you love D&D, go and watch this film. There's a lot of stuff in there. There's a gelatinous cube. There really is. And it's a great adventure. Now, what happens in the film, you kind of get to replicate in this, which is Quest of Yore. So as you're playing it, you don't go on the same adventure as the characters in the film. You actually play the game that they are playing. So you're playing their fantasy-based game in their fantasy-based world with all these cards and dice and things. So let's just have a quick bit on the back here. So here we go. The Quest of Yore role-playing adventure game contents. So I'm just reading out from here. I'm trying not to smack the camera or the mic. You get the Advanced Player's Guide. You get the Tome of Quests. In the Tome of Quests, I think it's like 11 chapters, 11 quests you can go on. The Quest Master's Shield, 6 miniatures, 3 polyhedral dice sets. So you get the D4, the D68, the D10, and the D12. You get a runic wheel, which is the D20. You get 4 pre-gen character roll sheets. You get 5 blank roll sheets. You get 4 Lion's Wheel. These are all various cards. So these are cards and tokens. 32 Hearts Fire. You get 12 large and 20 small. 32 Grit, 12 large, 20 small. 10 Adversary tokens, 4 player turn tokens. 24 Hex tiles, because that's when you do the map and you have to do some combat. You can lay it out just as we would do when you're playing around the table. 81 item cards, 43 power cards, 27 spell cards, 8 ally cards, and 1 Manticore's Tavern card. Now, if you've seen the film, you'll know why I'm having a giggle, having a smile. The Manticore's Tavern. It is in here. So is the Manticore. There she is. So you actually get the mini, you get a dragon, here's some heroes, you get some other minis in there as well. And I'll open the box and you can have a proper look. You get a tutorial, there it is, 11 quest chapters. Includes a Loft Elevar and Phoenix Gem cards, plus dozens of spells, items, power. So Aloft Elazar is one of the spells he gets to learn. There's another hero mini there. and 6 custom miniature figures. Those are your 6 there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Whee! Barley in the end. Now what we got here? Your destiny awaits. Gather your fellowship and embark on an epic quest filled with adventures that will take you across the fractured realms. The journey begins as players rush to the aid of the satyrs of Clovendale and uncover a mystery that will test the might and cunning nature of the great adventurers. Take the role of the questmaster, that's me, leading the fellowship, or play as one of the team members advancing through the dangerous adventures that await. The tale you tell will feature the folk and lore of the Onward movie, including elves, cyclops, goblins, dragons, the powerful manticore, and much more. This adventure kit includes everything you need to start playing right away, whether you're an experienced role player or brand new to this style of game. Lead your group to victory through Barley's very own copy of Quests of Yore. And that is kind of why you've got these kind of... It's not real, it's obviously just printed on there. You've got these bits of sellotape, duct tape, bit of markings, scribblings, because they've played this guy. This is their dad's copy. And these, as they've grown up, they've kind of added to it. You can see that Barley's into his metal. He's got his stickers on it. An epic quest of awesomeness. This is great. I think I'm just gonna have to keep this. I think it's so nice. I know the dragon pictures on there as well. So look, it's really cool. Now, if we have a look, let's crack this open and look inside, because this is big. Okay, this is a big box. Now inside, here is your quest shield. Okay, your quest giver shield. Again, you've got kind of the fake stickers over it. So here's your basically your GM shield, your DM shield. You get information. You get kind of Barley's notes as well. It's all nicely been put together. It is just cardboard. It's thin cardboard. If you're a fan of Dungeons and Dragons, you probably recognise these kind of ones from all the way from second and third edition D&D. It's cardboard D&D, like the original starter boxes and things. So it is thin cardboard, but you know, it's nice enough. It's aimed at kids. It's ages at 8+ for 2 to 5 players. You know, my boy's 7, but he loves playing D&D and Pathfinder with me, so I'm going to get him into this one as well. And this one is this one is not kind of like Hero Quest or the D&D board games. This is not a kind of a light version. This is a full-on version of the game rules. I have to so here are, let's turn that over because that one's just going to keep popping up. Here are your pre-gen characters. So you get a little pad. It reminds me, if you've ever been to a restaurant, again, if you've got kids, you'll know this. If you go to like a Pizza Hut or any kind of restaurant, they give you, for your child, not for you, but you end up doing it anyway. You get like the sheets to colour in, a crossword or a pretty picture, and they give you a pack of pencils or crayons. This is kind of very reminiscent of that, something you get in a restaurant, which is kind of what you get in the Manticore's Tavern. So, Quest of Yore, you can see that these have already been pre-filled. These are your pre-gen characters. You have everything you need, all the information for the player needs. You got Reputation, Novice, Wanderer, Adventurer, Champion, and these are bonuses. And as you go up levels, there's your Heart's Fire, your Grit, and your Lion's Will. There's your main sort of stats. Here's your kind of they're called approaches. You can assist how you can help the parties, and your techniques. These are your skills and what dice you need. So as you grow in levels, you get to add more dice. Okay, so you get a lot of those. That is the Vagabond. So this is Ethorn, the Vagabond. Okay, I don't know why I'm saying it like that. Vagabond. And on the back, I'll just do it this way actually. On the back, you have some extra bits and pieces, extra information, backgrounds, which one you might pick. You know, for example, this is a different one, the Savant. You got Troop Wizard, Tower Trained, Village Healer. You can draw a character, draw your own portrait, what species you are, various bonds. and your quest journal. So it's a way for you to keep your notes on there. It's not. It will take you longer than a couple of hours. This is not a board game. This is a proper box set edition of an adventure. If you're happy to especially if you play with kids, if you play in a school, or you've just got you've got more than one, or you get the friends over, you could happily take these through these. And once your kids get older, they'll be running their own games. So you get a load of blank sheets in there as well. I'm sure when I first looked at this, I'm sure you can download these from the website as well. A place where you can get them. Now, you also get a few cardboard tokens. It's thin cardboard, but it's nice enough. There's plenty of options there. And this is how you mark out the enemy encounters and their threat level. Okay, so that's just the traffic light system kind of thing. Hearts, fire, and the grit. So when you use up your tokens and when you gain more. There's the lion's will tokens. So large means more, small means less. It does have a value. I just can't remember off the top of my head. And then in here, see, this is what I mean about this is a full-on book. It's a lovely, well packaged box. Actually, they've got a lot in here. This is the Tome of Quests. Now, this is just the adventure book, and you can see that is quite a decent book. It's not hardcover, but this has 136 pages. Lovely artwork. This is not artwork directly from the film. This is all brand new artwork that's been created. I'd be really keen to see if they do expansions to this. If there's anything planned. I don't know how successful this has actually been for them. You can kind of see how you lay out your encounters. You get a series of hex cards in the box, and you just kind of lay them out as you would do like dungeon pieces, really. You get some various stats for the encounters. Everything is kind of included what you need. And it literally takes you step by step. So the very first, it breaks it down, everything you need to know. If you've ever looked at Dungeons & Dragons starter box sets for D&D or even for Pathfinder, everything kind of breaks you down as a very novice guide. It's reminiscent of the Essentials box set for D&D as well. You get card sets. So these are magic weapons and items that you can pre-select for each type of character class. So you can see there you've got Companion, Defender, Savant, Vagabond, Warden. There's some really nice bits in it. Cheese Puffs. even there, they're just thinking, yeah, crisps and drink. When you play D&D, you need snacks. So when you play Quest of Yore, you need snacks. There's the Manticore. And this is where we start. This is the Manticore's Gauntlet, the prologue. And this, when you read through this, you can read this directly at the table. There's no kind of, you don't really have to set up anything. It talks you through everything you need to do to get started. It really is that useful. There's the action system reference. Again, if you're familiar with 5th edition D&D, some of the more recent books, we've had this kind of outlay of what you can do in the story. You don't have to follow the same path, which means there is a certain amount of replayability here. This isn't a kind of one and done. But everything you need is here. As I said, look at this. This is a big old book. Okay, lots and lots of content. So I just saw a wizard. There we go. Wow, beautiful artwork. So there you go. That's a 136 page book. That is meaty, okay? And then, on top of that, so that's just the adventures. Then you get the advanced player's guide. You can see Barley's had a go at this one already. He's put stickers all over it. There's the action cheat system. So he's got some of this has like extra helpful advice as well. So there's, you've mentioned here, this is an item in the game. There's a sword of eternal burniness. +2 against frost giants. So you get that item. There's a few hints to find. I love the little Quest of Yore logo there as well. Really nice kind of parchment effect on this paper. It is just standard gloss paper, A4 in size, sketches all over it. So yeah, that's kind of cool. I don't actually know who. We'll have to look at this in a second. I don't actually know who publishes this, but we'll keep going for. There's the unicorn on a trash high. If you haven't seen the film, go watch the film. You'll absolutely fall in love with it, especially if you like gelatinous cubes. So there's your hex tiles. We'll come back to them. So it's an advanced player's guide. There's a lot of information in here. How you read the cards, the card layouts, equipment cards, spell cards. If you're a fan of the board games, you're going to be fairly familiar. This is kind of a cross between a card game, board game system, and a tabletop role-playing game. There we go. Okay, very, very easy to pick up and learn. Don't be put off by it. I know these are lots of reading, but it's not. Once you kind of break it down and start playing, it's a lot easier. But you will need, table space. If you've got a dining table or lots of floor space, you will need to do that. Or get in touch with the badgers and we'll put a game together for you. There you go. There's the Manticore's Tavern. So lots of bits and pieces in there to go through. I just wanted to see, just at the back, it mentions, here you go. So here's a creative team. Matthew Uther, prologue, James Manual. Oh, wow. Oh, I didn't know that. It's got, for those of you who are familiar with people in the TTRPG industry, you've got there Ivan Van Norman. I've actually played a game with him. We played Gods of Metal, Ragnarok, which is from Hunters Entertainment that Ivan is part of. He was the GM. I was one of the players. Wow, I didn't know he did this. Is there anyone else on there? I'm trying to find names which might jump out at me. Dan Scanlon is a director. Yeah. No, I think. Oh, Chris. No. No. Wow, this is actually really nice. I didn't know that. Well done, Ivan. I don't know if you ever see this, but well done. I didn't know you did that. Who's it published by? We'll have to find out. So, you get these two useful books as well. Then you get all the good stuff. So, a bunch of dice. These are standard one color dice. One color is a solid color. You don't get kind of different color effects on these. So you get your 1d20. Then you get a mix of blue, green, and red. It's for different color combinations and things that you can do in the game. These are your hex tiles, which I haven't opened up, but you get one side. So there's a whole version, and there's a floor version. And basically, once you open these up, based on the encounter map, when you have a battle, you would then lay these out, and then put on your encounter tokens. So a red would be a very hard encounter. Blue is quite easy, and then you've got these kind of greens. So you know who the bosses are, you know which ones are the evil targets and the hard ones to hit. So you can kind of work out your tactics based on that. So these are nice. And it's something a little bit different. They're not kind of your 1-inch square or anything. And it's basically say, right, here's my token. I'll put it on there. Right. Speaking of tokens, look at our minis. So we have a whole load of these. Let's track it. Here we go, straight into the Manticore. That's brilliant. I mean, that is spot on to what we've seen in the film. That looks amazing. That is great. I mean, it's only plastic. If you prime that, you can paint that. We might have to. If anyone at Disney, Pixar, or Ivan, if you can put me in touch with anyone, we also have a miniature painting show called the Great British Brush Off. I think we might have to paint these on a show. I don't know if you paint, Ivan, but if you do, or if you can put me in touch with anyone at Pixar, we get some painting done. I doubt he will, but I doubt he'll see this video. But there we go. Hopefully. That's nice. I mean, look at that. It's one of the hero characters as well. Nice. Bow and arrow. It's the gnome, bard, or the companion. But look, Look at that. That is brilliant. I mean, that'd be great just to paint and play as a D&D character, wouldn't it? I'm a bard. I'm a gnome bard. You can just about... There's a little bit of definition on there. You can just about see the strings on the instrument. There you go. There's the dragon. There's not a great deal of definition on these. These are fairly basic minis, but it's solid. They're solid. They're all one piece. They are nice. Well, it looks like they're glued, but they're all fairly solid. They're not sharp. These have all been rounded down. All the points are rounded down. I have seen some minis, and I own some minis where the points are super sharp. But that's nice. There's a dragon. What else have we got? Is that a champion or a fighter? We've got an elf fighter there. Slightly bent sword. That's fixable. That's great. There's some pattern on the base there. You kind of, if you wanted to paint them, you could paint them whichever way you like. These are more, obviously, these are just for markers on the game, and puzzles and traps and things to solve as well. And there's your wizard. He looks great. Look at that. Look at that mustache and beard. Look. I love the hat. Again, I could just use it. I could use this mini in a campaign. Look. Not a great amount of detail, but you don't need that much on this. These are really, really nice. I wonder if these are, I don't know, would these be official done by Pixar and Disney, or is this a third party contractor has done these? But these are really nice. Really nice minis. Good job, Pixar Disney. So those are your minis. You get 6 minis. Remember, these are all heroes and encounters. These are not the enemies. The enemies are just those cardboard ones. Then we have a mixed set of cards. Now, again, I haven't opened these. It's not my game. Technically, it's my boys. So I haven't opened them yet. We're going to be learning them one weekend when we crack open the game and get to play together. So you get a pack of what looks to be item cards. So here we have an heirloom sword. Let's just have a quick look at that. Common item. Now this is the weapon of a young warrior. Wield it with pride. Okay. So ups your defense versus hand-to-hand combat. I don't know what any of these symbols mean yet. But that was nice. Nice artwork. On the back, Quest of Yore item cards. You've got Disney Pixar on the bottom there as well. Okay, so that looks nice. And on here, is that an item card? Oh, it's a power. Okay, so we have says we have a quest tracker. Who's your QM, your quest master? I guess that's your level as you go up. So you must have a few of those cards. Again, it's my boys' game. I'm not going to open it. Consider common power. Consider. You have to take risks in life, but maybe not right now. Take a moment to assess the situation and roll. Maybe that's kind of check for traps, investigation. A support for any action, even your own, during a trial. We've got different symbols on this one as well. If we compare the two. So they both have this helmet symbol. But this one must be only played at certain times. This is it must be a symbol for a weapon or item. And that has that one. We've got different symbols up here as well. Interesting. Wow. So it is. Again, you can pick this up at a local game store. You can buy it online. It is in the UK. It's priced around £50. This is a good set. If you've got kids, if you're into D&D and you can get your kids into D&D, I say start with something like this. Watch the film together, play the game, and enjoy it for just what it is. Lots and lots of family-friendly fun. And give that a go. It's a big box. It's a nice size box, but it is a big box. If I get the for those of you who are familiar with the Essentials D&D kit, you can see, there you go, it's about the same size, but thickness wise, there you go, almost 3 times bigger. That is some heft. Okay, so it's definitely worth having a look, picking it up. Hopefully you enjoyed that. If you did, please like, please subscribe, please share it with your friends, aliens, whoever. Just get the word out there. We need subscribers. Any help you can do in that sense is always appreciated. Until next time, be safe. I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.